skills heroes, and look who's playing it as well. It's going to be Afu, probably one of the best Night Stalkers in my opinion.
Couldn't they have just
I said one of the best, right?
Oh, one of the best? Is it the best?
I'd say so, actually, yeah.
Nah, best Night Stalker.
The problem, though, Slacks, with what you're going to suggest is if they do that, then there is an opportunity. If Coddle's not banned there, then if they take it, then there's a possibility that Newbee bans it, and then if you can't play it on LFY and you can't first pick it, then therein lies an issue.
What?
If you can't
no,
play
seriously,
it on
I don't understand. So obviously I was going to say, why not, if you're going to pick Night Stalker, they're not going to pick Coddle, why waste a ban on it? And seriously, I don't understand.
So if you leave Coddle in the pool, let's say you ban like
Nyx.
Let's say you ban Nyx or something.
Sure.
Then they ban, then they can ban NS.
Venom.
Ah, okay.
Then if you leave the Coddle in there,
I got it. Yeah, that is correct. That is true. All right, because the second ban comes after they get a chance to.
Newbee takes the Nyx and the Veno. I think the Nyx is to dissuade LFY from picking the Batrider this time around.
Oh, here we go. Nature's Prophet. Hell yeah.
Why?
Into Nyx. Nyx is pretty decent at finding, but in the laning phase, the Nature's Prophet can do quite well.
I was like a Nature's Prophet. You know, the game's never over. There's always an opportunity to rat, and he's capable of doing so much. Now that his laning phase is legit, it's good stuff. So, yeah, but, I mean, can he rat against the Veno Plague? Maybe not. It's going to be pretty rough.
I'm trying to think, wait, what LFY had, what was it last game, their entire draft? Sorry.
LFY had Earthshaker, Batrider, Dazzle, Phantom Lancer, and Pugna.
So that's like, remember how I was talking about yesterday how LFY seems to always have like multiple vision heroes? That last game they only had Batrider. Now this game they already have two. Nature's Prophet gives a lot of information by forcing Laves in. There's going to be treants running around. Night Stalker gives a lot of vision too. So this already looks like a more of a better game plan from what I'm used to seeing from LFY.
well, the large issue for me about last game's draft, since we didn't get to touch on it as much, is just because we talked about the importance of their cores and like just how cores work. And if you're first pick like that, you have to take 2 consecutive cores in a row, and so you don't necessarily get the best core matchups. But your fourth pick, which they picked as their carry, and your 5th pick is kind of irrelevant in that case. Like you're gonna get counterpicked no matter what, because you have to do 2 in a row. And so Newbee is able to assess that and say this is the perfect Ember game.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was talking about earlier when I said this is what they're trying to do with SECC. They're always gonna give him the hero in which he just like has the best chance at carrying them.
The good hair hero.
But in the end, it didn't really matter that much what he was playing.
I think it did. The Ember forces like a really weird item build out of the bat where he has to go like blink Atos and stuff like that. And on top of that, like they didn't really have a lot of catch for him, so it's sort of a free game in that regard. Because there's too much for them to deal with. Like they had to deal with the Lifestealer and the Ember, and as long as those two don't stand next to each other and one gets echoed and the other doesn't, the other will have free reign.
Fair enough.
So no Bloodseeker, no Lycan.
10 seconds
No
remaining.
Sven.
Is it Animage time? Once I see that Bloodseeker ban, I'm like, okay, it's going to be one of those surprise Animage games.
That's when you swerve and you move your Veno to the off lane.
LFY's turn to
Puck!
Or the KP Puck. Once again.
Very good yesterday.
I think they have a lot of, they're just like leaving their lanes open. It's very ambiguous. You don't really know where anything can go just yet. They can move it around. We'll put it in the off lane for now though.
Sven and BS are banned though.
Yes.
That is a good point.
10 seconds remaining.
What?
But I imagine Newbee knows this.
Newbee's turn to pick.
Milk. The Grand Migas.
One of the better heroes against Veno.
Yeah, he's stealing the Veno words. Also very good versus all 3 of Newbee's heroes. No field can be pretty sweet this game.
No field's great against Veno. It's like a mini pipe.
Yeah.
Sure. And then a lot of great skills
10
to steal as well,
seconds
so
Yep.
pretty nice Rubik game. However, they got a lot of ways to kill this
5
Rubik.
seconds.
This Rubik
You see it, Owen? It might be
just
on your
instant
side.
get
I think they
blown
put it
up.
in the
Moved
wrong
it
area.
somewhere.
Yeah, but you're hoping that what ends up happening
Yeah,
with Profit, when you play the vision game like this, you're hoping that you're always the one that gets the jump on and that your supports don't just get blown up in the backline.
Sure.
Rubik 2 versus Puck is instant disable too, so you can get the lift off right away. Not like as good as a Hex, like a Lion or something like that, but I think the Rubik hero is just better in general than Lion.
How dare you?
We saw Lion win yesterday, right? Or did he lose? He lost.
He lost.
He lost.
He lost horribly.
He did.
Necrophos.
Boy.
Zima.
Lots of magic damage coming out from Newbee. And Rubik is looking pretty sweet with that no-skills hand.
There's
Hey!
The anti-mage versus the Veno.
Oh,
Nice.
Blitz, is it a good anti-mage game?
It's
pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's not incredible, but
The thing
it's
that
good.
okay, so Newbee has to have known that this was coming, but they have all 3 cores locked up already, and so like your 5 position has
10 seconds remaining.
to deal with it. And I'm trying to think of like the 5 positions that would be
5 seconds
annoying.
remaining.
And it's like
This is where
Lion?
Lions was my first thought, but I feel like Lion just gets crushed.
they banned Viper.
Maybe you might take Disruptor and just run at him.
I'm a bit afraid for.
You can do Silencer
10
and hope
seconds
that
remaining.
you can play this timing before he gets
5
Manta.
seconds remaining.
Do you think maybe Newbee just throws a big curveball and puts some just changes the way that their heroes are, and they just pick another core and puts one of these 2 on support?
I was thinking about that. You take
Like some
you
punk
force
support
your
or something.
Veno into a 5,
Oh yeah.
and you put Nyx into a 4, and then what hero would salvage this? Because I imagine there was a plan, especially when you see, like Jake said, you see the Sven and Bloodseeker. Those are like 2 of the best heroes against the AM. And we already talked about like ad nauseum like how good AM is against Veno, and you just pick all of these magic heroes that don't have catch, and they're not really burst versus anti-mage, right? When you think burst versus anti-mage, you think like Sven blinks in, pops God Strength, like 2-shots him.
Sure.
This magic damage is not the answer.
Is there a chance that Newbee, one of those 3 cores, is actually not a core? I mean, none of them are really that great as a 4 position, but it could be potentially.
That's what we're just saying.
Yeah,
That's what we're just saying.
You could do some like weird trickery where this puck is like, but the problem is because you have Nyx, you essentially like the first 3 heroes that you see on the map are they would all be 4 positions and not really 5s.
Yeah.
What about the classic Dragon Knight, huh?
I think LFY is thinking just like we are right now. Look how long they're taking to ban. They're probably like, all right, what can deal with the AM? And they're like, I don't know. That I can.
Okay, my curveball would be I would turn this Veno into a 5, and then I would take something like Clinks.
A lot of defensively damage there. Builds typically got some silence there.
Night
That's all
Stalker's
over the
pretty good
puck.
versus Clinks though.
Huh?
Night Stalker, Nate, and Furion are pretty decent versus.
It's annoying, but
LFY
I'd imagine
turn
Veno
to
5s,
pick.
you just like spit at people.
Yeah, no, I mean, they banned the Shadow Shaman, so they're like, they don't think that they're gonna make the adjustment, and they grab themselves a Mirana.
So then what do you take? Like Disruptor I think is pretty good.
They need some more disables, ways to catch.
Then I guess Shaman was okay. Lion might be your second best bet.
10
But
seconds.
it's the Shaker's still there, isn't it? Oh, I guess
No, that was
Shaker
banned
needs
first,
to-
too.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
5
You could definitely
seconds
swerve with the
remaining.
Shaker. It'd be awkward, but
Remember the Titan?
Oy.
Yeah?
Are we forgetting? Is there some glaring hero? I don't think so, right?
Well,
always are.
if there is a glare, like Newbee is. Oh, they're not taking that much. Right? It's a CK.
Yeah, so they are
They
making
are
one
making one of the
support,
supports.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like we were saying. Which one's it gonna be? Is it gonna be the Puck or the Veno? It looks
It's going to be the Veno, isn't it? It's
gonna be
yeah, it's
Veno.
Veno.
Yeah.
He's
it
the
has
only
to be.
hero that can do it.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Oh, that Veno thought he was going to be the king of the team, and then he got drafted to position 5. Poor guy.
I actually think, and I mean, there's only 2 options here, right? Either it was intentional, and they knew that the AM pick was coming, because, I mean, Slacks, if you saw it coming, then it
Hey.
was like the most projected
Hey!
And they're gonna see.
thing of all time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who do you think is gonna take this one?
I actually think Newbee's going to do it. I think
2-0?
this 5 pick, I think it was less of a drafting error and more of a calculated play.
Nice.
You're thinking 2-0. What do you think?
I gotta think 202. I don't think this Mirana's gonna do anything this match. I mean, arrows are gonna be pretty hard to hit here, so I gotta go with Newbee.
See, I went against these 2 once. It didn't pay off, so I'm
Do it again.
gonna go with Newbee as well.
Oh no! The
Sorry,
curse.
guys. Maybe that's the curse. Maybe the curse is.
Bring me a
gonna go
game
to
3.
To game 3 because of that. It is over to OD Pixel and Fogged for the second game in the series.
Thank you very much, and indeed, looking at these two lineups, this, as they said, a bit of a curveball for Newbee, so sneaking in this Chaos Knight, something that LFY may not have expected. How does this sort of change the outlook for this AM game that LFY is going to try and play? Is it that worrying that it feels like Newbee have sort of this mental advantage where they have drafted and changed it around in a way that maybe LFY didn't anticipate?
It is pretty nice because they at least have a lot of team fight and things to like build up for that CK to get super farmed. And if he does, we've seen what CKs with like 4 or 5 items do. They just eat everybody alive. So I don't think Newbee is too upset with the way that this ended up turning out. When did this one come out? This Nick set. I'm just looking at all these sets that these guys have instantly, and they're so cool.
Bling on him, yeah, all this gold and stuff.
Got like a gold. It's pretty cool. Okay.
Have you got the dagger?
Yeah, I got the dagger.
What was that? That was from TI5.
I don't know about the claws though. The golden claws. When
did they come out?
Right.
Well, they got the. Oh, the Letitian shards. That was this year, right? Was it? It was either.
Yes, it must have been
within the last year. So.
And they get the D ward right away for Newbee, so they're gonna have a little bit extra gold on Mugi. But yeah, I don't know. The one concern for me is the Mirana. Just like,
yeah.
I mean, I'll give Slacks the credit. Yeah, he'll said it. But the Mirana is a hero that I think is just tough and super. Mirana, he's definitely played and stuff, but like, you know,
because he's normally just got his like same. He's got this very certain pool, hasn't he, that you associate with super, and yeah,
like Razor, Pugna, Venom, DK, Death Prophet. That's the super to me. And it looks like they're trying to run like a kind of pseudo aggro tri-lane dual lane and leave the anti-mage in a kind of 1v1 versus the puck. Let's see how it ends up turning out.
I have to be careful if they get caught by a gale. I mean, they could certainly go for some action. Yeah, they're going to drag back the Nature's Prophet. Faith didn't actually throw the gale onto him.
Connect.
Oh, super. Wow.
From downtown.
And they're not just going to get one out of this. Can they get Mugi? They have all been galed, but look at these body blocks. Yeah, look at these body blocks.
He should be fine.
He should be. Still takes quite a bit of a punch, though. And yeah, this top lane kicking off already, but LFY with that first blood, nice little start. Super's arrows. Yeah.
Super's like, what'd you say about my Mirana?
What'd you say, brah?
Yeah, that's the one beautiful thing about Mirana is those bounty runes is sometimes you just don't expect the arrow come through like that. And a D ward now comes out in the mid lane from LFY, so Super's now gonna double regen from that without having to expend a branch. It's lovely.
So this bottom lane, we talked about the pressure on the top lane. Bottom lane, Monet. Looks like he's going to have quite a tricky time against Kaka and KP. These two, especially whilst LFY were putting on the aggression elsewhere. It feels like he certainly needs help. I mean, Rubik is on his way down. But even then, this could be a tricky lane for the AM to get those item timings that he wants.
They've got the pull open, though, so DDC can just do that. And they can I lost my words. Out efficiency the Newbee dual lane at least a bit by pulling the lane back constantly. But
sure, I mean they've only got what like the small pull, right? They have a large account being blocked here on the side.
Yep. So. I like Kaka's rotation though to go bottom to put that pressure on Monet. Top lane here I know is Night Stalker and Nature's Prophet already are going to put a lot of pressure onto that. Nyx doesn't really help too much. Faith gets the side pull. Wow, 7-1 on this patch.
Stats, yeah, for Inflames, Nature's Prophet. Very, very impressive. We'll see if he's able to keep it up here in the game that. That's very, very important. Still, of course, it is that upper bracket. So there will be a second chance for whichever team drops down after this best of 3. But a winner of this straight to the grand finals of the qualifiers for the ROG DreamLeague Major. Kaka?
DDC. Kaka.
Oh, he's trying to get that haste rune, yeah.
He wants to kill it. Oh, Kaka's not going to get it and run at DDC with this. There's no lift either. He's going to put a lot of harassment onto him. Might even just be able to kill him straight up. 8 seconds until the lift's going to be up.
He's got a clarity to make sure that he has got mana for stun again. And yeah, he's got enough mana. DDC in a lot of trouble. Monet. That was nice as well. One touch and suddenly the mana's not there for the stun. Meanwhile, multiple deaths elsewhere. We have Inflame taking down Faith, but it did tick out and Mugi was able to clean up the kill in response. So
Mugi gets the solo XP and Afu was not in range of the experience for the Venomancer kill.
I think Mugi's alright with that then.
Yeah. But he's still eating a ton of harassment top. But looking at the creep score, Newbee's looking good in this laning phase.
Oh yeah, especially this mid lane. I mean, SCCC versus Super's Mirana, 16 for 8 against 9 for 2. Is it expected to be this one-sided? That's quite a lead for the Necro.
I think so, yeah. It's like this hero is just so absurd when you get the double null. Your base damage is quite high. You have sustain, and you're always going to be able to. You're always harassing the enemy mid laner even without attacking him because of the Heartstopper, which he has 2 points in.
Top lane. Gale onto Arfu. This should be more action for Newbee. Arfu tries to turn with a void, but the stun catches them out. Newbee claim themselves another kill, another involvement for Mugi in this top lane. As we see, they may have lost heroes around him, but the CK is still standing strong. CS-wise, it's certainly being slowed down. See, Inflame's Nature's Prophet does have the lead in farm. With kills like that, he'll certainly start being able to catch back up top. And down bottom, Monet is having the slightly tougher time. He's behind Mugi's farm on the CK. As AM struggling with the pressure from KP now, level 4 on the puck.
Afu hasn't skilled yet at level 2. He doesn't have the crippling fear or the hunter, so I think he's saving the skill point. Maybe he gets the opportunity to gank the bottom lane. He actually gets the hunter now, so maybe at 3. We'll see what he wants to do versus the puck. He's trying to make a rotation. He is only level 2. He is like 1 experience away from getting 3.
It's a hard kill to get unless KP uses his orb aggressively, and in fact they're going to show. And
oh, they got the lift off.
Oh, that is too early. There was the chance for KP to still join out. It was a good attempt, because that lift, it's got a long duration, hasn't it? You can certainly try and time it so the ball won't be there after, but...
It's only level 1 lift. You need a couple, you think you need like the second point at least in order to get the stop for the puck if you wait a moment. Or if you waited a little bit longer, but now it's level 3. Night Stalker has the Crippling Fear skilled. This is a different situation if they get the lift after the silence. SCCC forces Super back to base. Now level 6 on Necro to the level 5 Mirana. And he's dominating the lane. It's so hard.
So one-sided now. Top lane as well, Inflame getting bullied out of the lane. But yeah, this mid lane, very scary. This time now level 3's there. This makes all the difference. They have the silence, and they'll have the kill. Monet takes it.
The Orb of Venom take.
KP's got to be careful now on this one, especially during that night time. With that, that's all that's needed. That level 3 on Night Stalker, and suddenly this bottom lane becomes very scary for KP.
Mid lane's a hard kill though. If they did, they can put some pressure, but they need 3 heroes to rotate at least in order to get for that kill.
Super maybe straight up dead.
Raindrop.
That certainly saves him now. Just teleport in. They're going to turn and start pulling into SCCC. He has Hokaka coming through, but with the burst from Super, big kill there for the Mirana. Super was struggling in lane. His team come in, give him a hand, and suddenly he turns around and gets that crucial kill onto SCCC.
The raindrop bait. Yeah. Plus the, like we said, you know, the Night Stalker is not enough to just kill with the Mirana alone. They needed the Inflame to come in and perfect teleport. Sprout plus Arrow, very useful when they don't have tangos anymore. And we do see the Necro buy more tangos, of course, because you have to watch out for those kind of combos. Even though it's, you know, past the tango stage, you could say. Top lane, they've completely pushed Inflame out for the time being. He's gonna have to keep running up there though to at least make sure he gets that experience.
And then Arfu just keeping SCCC at a distance, so Super can catch up with the CS. Yeah, bottom lane as well for Mono's looking pretty nice now. Now that KP's having to play a little more careful. There's been the space for Mono to catch back up, and right up to 36. He's heading up there with this CK, and then DDC couldn't quite get in the range there for the lift by the looks of it. Because at this stage, 1 lift and then the right clicks from the anti-base. There's not going to be the mana for that ball to be sent out. Top lane.
Flame, bye-bye.
Yeah, Arfu's trying to do his best to peel them off the Nature's Prophet, but it's not going to work. That's going to be the Prophet going down.
Oh, nice double stun.
Indeed, and with that Kaka, may be able to pull this out. No, I say that. They used this body blocking from the tree, and it's making it impossible for Kaka to move. So, 1-for-1 trade. LFY did send the whole team, well, apart from Monet, 4 members up there. Monet's still down on this bottom lane, continuing to now be at a point where he's got the Ring of Health, nearly level 7. He can really start to bully the puck himself, get a few right clicks in.
Yeah, it could still, like we were mentioning, it could still be a very good anti-mage game in this one, since 4 of them are exclusively magic damage on the side of Newbee. It's just really the CK. I mean, SCCC, of course, the Necro, you get the 40 damage talent. He's going to go for phase boots as well, so he will have some amount of right click, but yeah.
Dire are scanning.
Look, this whole the whole mid lane where SCCC had such an advantage has totally been closed now. He's only a couple of hundred ahead of Super.
Yeah.
pretty much all recovered now.
That's
the
8
minutes in.
First nighttime. I think Afu did a pretty good job. He was 1-1 in 3, but I think he still did quite a lot, securing and salvaging the lanes, which were a bit of a problem. KP, gonna be level 6 after he picks up this bounty rune, has a TP. They do spot him at Milgong for that, so it looks like they should see that he gets the 6, or maybe they'll just assume that he is the 6 here and watch out for those dives. Now that's pretty much what Alpha has to do. Don't overextend for kills if it's near a tower, because Puck, Dream Coil early on is one of the better abilities to counter gank.
Radiant's top tower
They're
is
content
under
with farming
attack.
though. Afu is sitting top while the Nature's Prophet just jungles. It's always the beauty of having Furion in the game.
Yeah, no one really getting too crazy. The 2 supports as well for Newbee just sitting behind Moogie up top in case he does get gone upon. The most of this farm. Actually, sorry, it's SCCC that's headed up here to clear this stack.
Oh, look at all the regen he's about to get from this one. 7 stacks. And use the Ghost Shroud to heal up even more.
Very, very close having that helm towards the Veil of the Discord.
Yeah, they definitely want the Veil when they have Puck and Venomancer on their team.
Shadows take
Both teams kind of doing a similar kind of concept. The Necros jungling giving Nyx the lane, Nature's Prophet jungling giving the Nightstalk lane. Now we do have a Moonlight Shadow. KP
Radiant's middle
has to
tower
watch himself. He snaps up the arrow.
Grab. That's going to be a dead Puck. Nice usage of that Moonlight.
Yeah, and they can put pressure on the tower with these 4 heroes with the mass amount of treants that Inflame does have built up from the previous summon.
This is looking really good for Monet.
Yeah, he is set to have a very solid game so far.
Dire's bottom tower
Getting
has
everything he's
fallen.
needed after, especially having that first few minutes where you had that slow start, but he played it careful, played it safe.
I'm wondering if Super is going to get just straight Diffusal. I think he should on the Mirana this game to purge off the Ghost Shroud. And he does. Okay, guys, I've seen like the Dragonlance build and the Yasha build a couple times, but I think this game calls for straight Diffusal.
Yeah, it just has such a high impact, and especially you know, all of these heroes relying on getting their spells off. If they can just get 1 stun, having the Mirana and an anti-mage beat into them, they're unlikely to have the mana to actually do much in the fights.
Yeah, that is true. It's also the catch from the Diffusal is going to be really nice for them to set up their spells, because we did touch on how they really don't have much disabled. It's just the Rubik Lift.
Monet actually jumps in onto KP here, but it's a bit of a oh no, Kaka! Okay, doesn't matter. Well, actually it kind of does. If they got that stun off, there would have been enough damage for the Reaper Scythe extra death timer to kick in. And they get the kill, but a little bit of a whiff there. Yeah, everything counts. And that extra bit of death on the anti-mage would have been nice, but at least he's dead.
Yeah, at least he dies.
At least he died. Yeah.
He does have the 2 points in the spell shield early on to try to tank on that, so that is what saving him, having the strength charge activated as well. But 10 minutes in, they have that catapult mid lane. Super's trying to take advantage of it and put pressure on the mid tower. But Newbee brings in many heroes. Afu, though, on the prowl. He's level 6. He pops the darkness.
He's
Flying
ready
over.
to jump. They've got
Bring it
Inflame
in.
coming in as well. They're going to focus KP. The arrow also holding back Kaka, making sure he can do nothing in response straight away. He does get the spike carapace up with the telekinesis, drags him back,
Super leaps
zaps
in.
him down. That's going to be a second one gone. Super, he's going straight for the TP out, but the rotation from Mugi is there with the Rift and the Bolt. They'll take down Super. Yeah, Super
He leapt in. That was crazy.
getting punished. Can you be chased for anything more? They have got the Veil done, slowing down Arfu. Plague Ward at a time, but with the phase boot in the night time, he's still too speedy, so we'll get out.
That was perfect. The darkness usage, and now he used it at the 11:20 mark, so now it's 12 minutes. Turns into nighttime. They can continue their aggression. Rubik, it's level 6 now too. Some, like we were talking about, some very nice spells to steal. We're going to take a look at this one again. Beautiful by Afu, silencing
really
KP,
nice.
and the arrow catches Kaka at the same time.
But then as you say this,
I want to see what happens.
what was he
with Super.
trying with the leap? Yeah, was he
Radiant's middle
desperate to
tower
finish
is
off
under
Kaka,
attack.
maybe wanting to get the attacks? We will see.
Radiant's
Yeah, just
top
jumps
Yeah,
over him, and then he's like, oh my goodness. In a bit of trouble, and Mugi just waltzes in and says, I'll take that.
I think they may not have expected this CK.
Oh, back in the game, up top, Dream Coil's drop, KP and Kaka find a pick off. DDC was pushing out the lane.
2 ults expended though. They used the Vendetta as well, and
Oh,
S
with
is
that.
going to pay.
Yeah, straight in. He does get the Ghost Shroud off before the silence, but this is a lot of heroes closing in on the Necro. Inflame coming through as well. He cannot keep himself alive, this Necrophos. Monet finishes him off with the Mana Void, make sure that he gets the gold. That's going to keep him pushed closer and closer towards that Battle Fury. On track for a good 15-16 minute timing on the Battle Fury treads at this rate.
Inflame and Afu so aggressive.
His body blocks. Can he keep it up? Looks like he can. Stun will hold him back and does clean out the treants though, and in fact Inflame's low. He's fine though. Pulls himself away. KP unable to chase the course with the Dream Course still on cooldown. 1300 gold towards his own Blink Dagger. Farm for Mugi's still looking pretty hot, and SDCC as well. They are still both at the top of the net worth. The biggest difference at the moment being Inflame on his Nature's Prophet, getting quite a lead against KP's Puck.
Yeah, and they're going to have a very early defusal as well on the Mirana, which is going to help so much versus the Necrophos.
Oh, look at this though, mid lane. SDCC looking for the wraparound. They've got the Veil on Super. Oh, Faith, that ult. Little bit off the mark there. Super already out with the leap. And they do not get anyone with that. They would have loved to get that Reaper's Scythe down onto the Mirana, but Super leaping the right direction as well. Could have gone straight down the lane, but he was aware that trouble was afoot and heads to the east.
That's one of the big teamfight ultis that Newbee has, and it was expended.
Oh, Ara's going to miss on this one. It may not matter though. With Inflame TPing in, Mugi, he's going to Phantasm. He's going to try and turn. In fact, he brings in the Nature's Prophet, but he's gone. The Nature's Wrath bounced through. Mugi's gone. Reaper's Scythe will finally get a kill up top. But again, that's a lot of ults, but DDC, I'll tell you what, they did it up top first.
And he denies the mid tower with the Venom wards. Oh, what a boss.
DDC with the stolen wards.
That was actually so well played by him. That's like, oh, on mid lane now too. The LCCC farming the Venom wards might just get picked off. Oh my goodness.
They're just throwing so much down on DDC. It was ult after ult just for this poor old Rubik. And as you say, he's still getting job done. He's still keeping his cool under it.
He made them chase so far for that kill too. You see where he ends up dying? He dies near the tier 2. And that's a Coil, that's a Vendetta, that's a Necro ulti as well. Just having to use so much to just kill this lowly 5 Rubik.
And all the space in the world for Monet. Very close to that Battle Fury. And then it does get scary. He's going to be able to farm much faster than the CK. Newbee's lineup, they need to fight. They need to take kills.
They're already setting up for top. They know it's just the 2 supports.
Inflame.
Kaka knows something's up though. He pings right on top of Inflame and Faith.
Straight with the TP, but look who's here. Arfu straight away cancels it. Silence is there as well onto the Nyx Assassin. They have the sentry down. He's trying to get out, but he's in range for the telekinesis. Dragged back. Spike Carapace will hold back the side of LFY. Kaka will be fine for now, but look at this. DDC. Look at the steal he's got. He's only gone and stolen Vendetta.
No mana to use anything else during it. It has a range drop though.
Sneaking around. Don't underestimate the range Vendetta hit. Can be nasty.
Trying to get a lot of... This is going to give him good information on the map. And this, the beautiful thing about having Vendetta on Rubik is not just the gank factor, but you can put free wards down in the enemy jungle. Moonlight Shadow, just in case to save Afu. They even now spot KP porting in. He may even want to go for a setup here. The orb gets used.
He's tempted. Oh, here comes Monet as well. KP looking to be in a lot of trouble. Does it the phase shift? Inflame coming through, traps him in. KP blown up by the Mana Void.
DDC boss.
DDC Rubik looking pretty damn good.
He actually stole one of the better spells he can steal in the early game too. He has the Waning Rift. That silence can be really lovely to catch the puck.
There's your Battle Fury. 16 minutes and 40 seconds. Treads Battle Fury done for Monet. Very good timing. Definitely a worry here for Newbee. They need to get something done as a team. They need to utilize these big ults and ideally, get one of these cores rather than the Rubik or a support.
Could be Super as the culprit here. Might get picked off here by the 2 of them. The Phantasm gets expended as he gets the illusion proc as well. Oh, Super, you're gonna get blown up. Bye-bye.
No escape. And with those illusions, they shouldn't have any difficulty in taking at least a tier 1 as well on this bottom lane. So Newbee getting some objectives.
Full Echo Saber finished on the CK too.
Kaka already just scouting out, seeing if there's going to be any response here from LFY, but of course not. LFY will let the tier 1 drop.
Oh, they glyphed after it died. You still get the reset, but doesn't stall it a bit longer.
See how much more Newbee want to move forward. They've got a little bit of time left on these Phantasm. They're out another wave.
Newbee's teamfight is still quite good now with the puck having the Blink Dagger.
Radiant's bottom
But
tower
I don't think that LFY's draft, it looks at all like a team fighting lineup. they've got the AM Nature's Prophet, as we always talk about, as the double combo to kind of split push the map, and then they have the others giving vision, etc. But they can group up and go for some tower pushes still early on. Monet and Inflame group up top. Inflame building toward the Orchid this game to be able to really mess with KP's initiations and spellcasting, as well as the Necro. Necro doesn't have a way to remove that silence by any means.
Top tower has fallen.
Let's have a look what they can find here. Newbee. Very close proximity to the side of LFY. LFY is starting to retreat. Kaka leading forward. See what you can set up here. Actually, pop in the spike carapace very early then.
Radiant's bottom
And
tower is under
missing the
attack.
stun. Not great for Newbee. They need that initial setup. That stun connects. They get in range for a Gale. Could have definitely been a kill, and now LFY are looking to return the aggression. They want to hold on to this tier 1.
Oh, and look at Inflame, ports bottom, so he doesn't show himself top for this gank. Uses the Breath of Nature to try to push the waves out as well. This could be a really painful death here for SCCC. There is 3 of them there, but here we go, they have the glyph.
Yep. Telekinesis into the arrow. He can do absolutely nothing. Faith will get the ultimate off.
Catches quite a lot of them.
DDC is falling low. He's going to go for the TP out, and he's going to make it. He's back to the fountain. Faith just gets chased down by Monet.
Kaka
Newbee
is in
lose
trouble
2.
as well.
They're losing a 3rd here as well. Kaka silenced up. And LFY's movement is very good this game, and Monet getting the space. Mugi, though, is still keeping very much up. I mean, he's still leading the charge this game in value, but again, we see here just this. They know if they can take SCCC out of these sort of situations where there's only 3 members of Newbee, there's just no way the rest of them can stand strong in these fights. And DDC, he gets very low, but straight up with the TP out of range of anything catching him, he's fine.
He gets the 1 point, the 1 value point in the no field, actually. I'm pretty sure that saved him.
I didn't know, he's actually got the ult stolen as well.
Yeah, he did steal the ult as well.
Oh, that's nice.
It's only level 1 ulti, so it's not as crazy, but it's still, like 480
Still
damage.
annoying.
Yeah, look at DDC's count. 126 games on the Rubik.
Oh, okay. Kuro, 211. Jeez. FY Rubik, rest in peace. Now he's on the offlane. Maybe one day we'll see FY return to his glorious support. Up
Kaka,
top.
though, gets almost cleaned up, but with the Wrath of Nature, there and takes him out.
And more Monet.
Oh my goodness!
What the hell? He just jumped into his own grave.
He just got, what, double crit?
Oh.
Mugi
How
just
to throw the
annihilating
game
them
as an
now.
AM.
My goodness.
Oh man, Super's not. I don't think he's getting home either. He's silenced. There's no jump for this man.
Nope. Mugi
Oh, Mugi.
coming in clutch.
Oh, what happened there? But Monet, he just blinked up and then bam, CK was in town. That was.
Got shredded.
I mean, I think we'll see it again here, or not. Or wait, no, we will.
Yep. Kaka baits them with the mist stun. They go in to go for the kill. Beautiful coil by KP, perfect positioning, and we'll see Mugi now.
Here we go.
No, he just gets shredded by the illusions. He just gets stunned up, and
Yeah.
that wasn't even a crit. It was just the phantasm.
The raw, yeah, phantasm punch. And then one after another. That's the scary thing about these fights now. CK can do this very nicely. It's hard. It's very hard actually for them to fight when the CK turns up. All the fights really that we've seen LFY win are the ones where Mugi has been elsewhere farming, but now that he's sticking around with the team, it's very hard for LFY to deal with. It almost certainly feels that they have to play the farm game. They have to wait for Monet to get a little bit further ahead.
Their heroes are pick off and farm. Yeah, here we go. They get the mid pick off here. But that's the nature of their draft, right? It's AM Nature's Prophet. We were just talking about it. They don't want to take these head-on engagements so badly. But now Mugi gets orchided up.
He doesn't have the ult. See if they can take this here. Super jumps in. Starts on. They've taken down a second. And Monet now, he feels confident to come in on
3-man stun by Kaka.
Oh, well, look, Mugi. In fact, he may just take down Monet again. He does. He just turns and beats him down. Still, though, Newbee have lost 3. Arfu and Super very, very low. Can Kaka and SCCC chase this down? That's the question. Doesn't look like they can. Arfu and Super a little too speedy.
Kaka, that was beautiful impale there, grabbing all 3 of them while SCCC finishes in flame on the left side. And yeah, like you said, Monet gets cleaned up by Mugi because of it.
They did manage to at least bring down Mugi as well this time.
Yes.
Overall, as you can see, gold change is favoring Newbee. And I feel like, if you're an anti-mage, you're a little more fussed with dying than a CK is, because you do need to you need to be ahead. You need to be on top, and that's not the case at the moment. He's still behind the value of Mugi, and as we're seeing, just 1 foot placed wrong, the CK easily out DPS is the anti-mage at this stage of the game.
Yeah, Newbee's just so quick to respond on those ganks. I'm pretty sure LFY was like, okay, there's only like 3 heroes, maybe tops, and all 5 of them just turn up instantly for pretty much. And now it's going to be a heart finished up on Mugi in a moment.
What do you think about the KP Puck Midas coming out this game?
I love this build on the pucks on their off lanes. Blink Midas, yeah, I think it's super good. We saw Universe doing it a lot when he was playing puck consistently around epicenter time for EG. Just helps you. You need levels, right? That hero you want to be able to get all your talents because they're super good. And getting that level 25 is crucial. Smoked up, both squads. Newbee. It is all 5 of Newbee. I do not believe LFY wants to pick this at all.
With the Phantasm at the ready as well. I think if you're LFY, you see this and you run. Kaka, though, he's spotting them out here. There's the beautiful jump for KP. Silence into the stun on 2. Reaper's sight down onto Super. He's gone for 70, no buyback. What a find there for Kaka to head up. They had the ward up. Kaka knew to head in and cut them off as such. Massive kill, taking this tower. Mugi's going to have the gold for a full heart to rest. 24 minutes in on the CK. He's got the level 18 Phantasm.
Another proc.
They come. Now they're sieging the high ground. They're trying for the split here, Monet and Inflame, because they know that they cannot fight whilst this Phantasm is up. And Newbee with that, they're just going to take a tier 3. They're going to take a mid-racks. They can't take more because the tier 2s do still stand on the side lanes. But a huge pick off there for Newbee to find. And it just accelerates into so much for them in the middle lane, and they're back out as well.
Now it's a big concern because how do they kill this Chaos Knight in the fights? 4,000 life with the armlet activated. You see this anti-mage. You look at his health, 1,100.
The timing's just on.
CK 4,000.
I mean, it really will Inflame.
No one else in the area with him though.
Can't really do anything on his own.
Tis mine.
Yeah, Radiance is complete as well for SCCC. It really feels like those fights where Monet turned up and died are really starting to hurt them now. Say if he did literally just avoid them, even if the rest of his team died then, he was still farming. At least, he'd maybe already have the Lincolns. He'd be an item ahead. He could actually turn up and not be too scared of just being taken out of the fights immediately by Mugi.
Yeah, he has fallen quite far behind. Remember, this was what, a 16-minute Battle Fury, and he just gets the Manta like almost 9-10 minutes later. That is not the ideal timing for an anti-mage when you've had that kind of farm.
Yeah, Newbee have just done an excellent job at forcing these fights and
quick responses.
Yeah.
And I mean, KP and Kaka really owning. This is what we were talking about. The 4s and the offlaners always seem to be stepping it up and having beautiful disables and timings. Kaka now onto Inflame bottom. Inflame gets
Dire's courier has been killed.
I mean, even if he went for an instant stun there, he was alone, Kaka. Yeah. So actually could have cost him his own life if he was able to cancel that TP. Space is there though, indeed, yeah. Roshan's picked up. SCCC grabs the Aegis.
Reality Rift post Medallion, easily bringing that one down.
Now, how long are we looking on for the next Phantasm? That's definitely seeming to be the timing that Newbee fight around as soon. Okay, 10 seconds, and Newbee will be very much happy to push and fight again. But they do have to work on those tier 2s, and on the side lanes, Inflame has been keeping the lanes nicely shoved down in favor of LFY. So Newbee will have to work on that, and that at least will give Monet some space and time, having those 2 side lanes pressured in for him to clean up his own half of the map, work on that mid lane, and try and get himself closer and closer towards that next defensive item.
Name of the game is split push for LFY here. They've got good heroes to do so. Even Mirana can force lanes out pretty nicely. I think that's maybe what they were trying to go for too with it, is you can always Starfall push the waves out, Nature's Prophet pushed out another one while Anti-Mage farms elsewhere. So they can try to choose and pick and choose which fights they want to take, but Newbee at this moment in time with the Aegis, they're looking to seal their advantage a bit harder now, trying to put some pressure onto the high ground and force LFY back.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And they're gonna do so. Phantasm online, force everyone back here. Solar Crest and Gem now on Night Stalker on Afu.
There we go, Phantasm pop. No messing around for Mugi. He knows he could go straight for the tier 3s. What are LFY going to do to stop it? Monet still top, just looking for that split push. They don't want to fight, but they almost have to. This is going to be a second set of racks going down. It's I think this CK has just got to the point where they just can't fight. The Reaper Scythe won't get the kill, but he's still been Dream Cold down. Mugi drags in one. They'll take down the Mirana as well. I think this game may just be over.
Yeah, this game is totally over.
This CK, Mugi is just too, but yeah, they tap out. GG is called. Newbee get the victory, 2-0 in this series. They will be moving on to the grand finals here at the Chinese qualifiers. LFY will have another chance. They'll have to fight, I believe, again in this next game coming up against Vici Gaming in the lower bracket. But wow, Newbee looking incredibly strong. And yeah, the Mugi CK, they are